Nucleosome DNA packing of DNA is actually good afternoon, students. In last class, we have discussed the functions of DNA. In the functions of DNA, there are two types. One is the autocatalytic function. Autocatalytic function. And the second one is the heterocatalytic function. Heterocatalytic function. So, majorly DNA performs two functions. One is the autocatalytic function and another one is the heterocatalytic function. In the autocatalytic function, DNA produce DNA copies. Means in this method of DNA function, DNA undergoes self-replication and to produce daughter DNA molecules. So, indirectly DNA replication is also referred as autocatalytic function of DNA, because here auto means to say, catalytic function means involvement of different types of enzymes, different types of catalysts. For example, DNA garase enzyme, DNA helicase enzyme, DNA polymerase first, DNA polymerase third, DNA polymerase second, and DNA ligase enzymes. These are all the different types of enzymes functioned as catalytic function. Here same, auto means same, by the involvement of different enzymes to produce same copies. That is meaning for autocatalytic function of DNA. So indirectly, DNA replication is also referred as autocatalytic function of DNA. Whereas in heterocatalytic function of DNA, here hetero means different. Hetero means different. Catalytic means enzymes by the involvement of different types of enzymes. Here DNA produce different types of RNA and proteins. That is called a heterocatalytic function of DNA. That means DNA undergo transcription to produce mRNA. mRNA undergo translation to produce different types of proteins. This is called protein synthesis, biosynthesis of proteins. So, DNA produce different types of RNAs, either mRNA or RNA or tRNA. They are the different types of RNAs. And by the involvement of different types of RNAs to synthesize different types of proteins, among them some proteins function as enzymes. Listen here, because all enzymes are the proteins, but all proteins never enzymes. This is due to some proteins so functioned as hormones, some proteins so functioned as antibodies, antibiotics. That's why all proteins so never enzymes, but all enzymes are the proteins. So different types of enzymes, different types of hormones, different types of antibodies, and different types of proteins synthesized from DNA by the involvement of different types of RNAs. So, in the heterocatalytic function of DNA produce different types of RNAs and proteins. That is called heterocatalytic function of DNA. But in the heterocatalytic function of DNA, in the heterocatalytic function of DNA, the genetic information transferred from DNA to mRNA to proteins. Listen here. The genetic information transferred from DNA to mRNA and mRNA to different types of proteins in only unidirectional. You should remember this statement. So, such unidirectional flow of genetic information from DNA to mRNA and from mRNA to proteins is called central dogma. Central dogma. It was first noticed by F.H.C. Crick. It was first discovered by Francis H.C. Crick. Francis H.C. Crick. Very important for one more question. So define central dogma nothing but the unidirectional flow of genetic information from DNA to mRNA and from mRNA to proteins is called central dogma. Very important. See, in the central dogma of the molecular biology includes two major steps. Central dogma of molecular biology includes two major steps like transcription and translation. Transcription and translation. Yeah, transcription means the flow of genetic information from DNA to mRNA. Transfer of genetic information from DNA to mRNA is called transcription. So during protein synthesis, the first step is the transcription. For example, if the DNA containing one of the strand of DNA containing TAC nucleotides, GGG nucleotides, CCC nucleotides and AAA nucleotides. Now, this is one of the strand of DNA oriented from 3' to 4' direction. Such oriented DNA strand is called antisense strand or non-coding strand. Next, I'll give this information in the protein synthesis of topic transcription unit. So, out of two strands of DNA, one strand direction is 3' to 4', another one is the 4' to 3'. Very important. The DNA strand which is oriented from 3' to 4' only involved in formation of mRNA, synthesis of mRNA. Never 5' to 3' direction strand takes part in involved in transcription. You should remember this statement. So 3' to 4' directed DNA strand containing these nucleotides. So after transcription to synthesize the mRNA in presence of transcriptase enzyme. Enzyme name transcriptase are also called RNA polymerase enzyme. RNA polymerase responsible for synthesis of mRNA from the DNA strand, from the antisensible strand. So this mRNA containing genetic information stored in the form of triplet codons, like AUG codon, opposite to TAC, AUG, opposite to GGG, CCC, opposite to CCC, GGG, opposite to AAA, UUU. These are the triplet codons. Synthesized during transcription of DNA into mRNA. Thereafter, from the cytoplasm of cell, be listen here. From the cytoplasm of animal cell or plant cell, the two subunits of ribosome existed independently. That is, smaller subunit or larger subunit, and smaller subunit freely floated. That means shows cyclosis. Cyclosis means the cyclic rotation of protoplasm within the living cell is called cyclosis. So, within the cyclosis protoplasm, the subunits of ribosomes are independently floated. But before protein synthesis, nothing but before translation, the two subunits of ribosomes gets attached to the mRNA like this. Smaller subunit and larger subunit towards 5' direction of the mRNA, towards 5' directed region of mRNA. The smaller subunit and larger subunit get attached, get bind. Very important. Next topic, in the presence of rRNA, ribosomal RNA. Because the major function of rRNA is saying it will provide site or place for the attachment of mRNA to the tRNA inside the ribosomes. So, during translation, before beginning of translation, listen here, the smaller subunit or larger subunit get bind themselves in presence of Mg2 plus ions, magnesium ions. Thereafter, tRNA carries the amino acids one by one from cytoplasm to the ribosome. That means, if the mRNA containing AUG codon, tRNA already synthesized from DNA, first tRNA synthesized from DNA carries methionine amino acid, abbreviatedly called MET-tRNA, methionine tRNA, by its anticodon UAC. Very important. So, if the mRNA containing AUG codon, tRNA carries methionine amino acid by the anticodon UAC. This is methionine amino acid and this is UAC codon. This is called genetic code. Genetic code means here the AUG codon and UAC codon undergo binding, very important, by the help of salt linkage created by rRNA present inside the ribosomes. That's why such type of RNA is called, rRNA, ribosomal RNA, because it is frequently located inside the ribosomes. So, first tRNA carries methionine amino acid and second codon is the CCC codon and tRNA containing GGG anticodon. Such CCC codon and GGG anticodon carries glycine amino acid, GLY, glycine amino acid. So, second tRNA carries glycine amino acid. Proline amino acid, PRO, proline amino acid. If the mRNA containing CCC codon and tRNA containing GGG anticodon, then tRNA carries PRO, proline amino acid. And next one is the mRNA containing GGG codon, tRNA containing CCC anticodon, then tRNA carrying glycine amino acid, GLY, abbreviation for GLY. And if the mRNA containing UUU anticodon, tRNA containing AAA anticodon, listen here, if the mRNA having UUU codon, tRNA containing AAA anticodon. Now this tRNA carrying phenylalanine amino acid, PHE, phenylalanine amino acid. So here, you should remember this statement clearly. The genetic information now present in the DNA transferred to mRNA in the form of triplet codons. And this triplet codon genetic information translated to tRNA, changed to the tRNA for pickupping of a specific amino acid, for the carrying of a specific amino acid from the cytoplasm. This process is called translation. So, after translation, after finishing of translation, see here, the peptide bond is established between, peptide bond is formed between different amino acids. First and second amino acid, and second and third amino acid, like this, in presence of peptidyl transferase enzyme. Listen here, peptidyl transferase enzyme responsible for formation of a peptide bond in between amino acids. As a result, listen here, to synthesize a polypeptide chain. Polypeptide chain. This polypeptide chain is also called protein molecule. And some proteins further convert into enzymes. And some proteins further convert into hormones or antibiotics. Entire this process is called translation. So, transfer of genetic information, genetic message from mRNA to proteins is called translation. This is called central dogma of molecular biology. Here, the genetic information shows only one-way flow, only unidirectional flow, never bidirectional flow. See, never genetic information transferred from proteins to mRNA or from mRNA to the DNA, because central dogma of the molecular biology is only one way, only unidirectional flow. This condition is called, this phenomenon is called central dogma of molecular biology. It was first noticed by F.H.C. Crick. See, this central dogma of molecular biology created means only present in the cells having DNA as the genetic material. You should remember this statement. All organisms so containing DNA as the genetic material, and such organisms to create central dogma of molecular biology. But in some exceptions nothing but some viruses, except some viruses, maximum viruses and all prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells containing DNA as the genetic material. So here, in some exceptional cases, like viruses, RNA as the genetic material. RNA as the genetic material. Such viruses are called retroviruses. Retroviruses. In retroviruses, say, RNA synthesize the DNA. From the RNA to produce DNA. From the DNA, once again produce RNA. Again synthesis proteins. So this is one type of bidirectional flow of genetic information. Bidirectional flow of genetic information. Say this bidirectional flow of genetic information from RNA to DNA, DNA to RNA, then to proteins is called reverse central dogma of molecular biology. Reverse central dogma of molecular biology. It was first noticed by Temin and Baltimore. Reverse central dogma of molecular biology first discovered by Temin and is associated to Baltimore. So this reverse central dogma is also referred as Baltism. Very important, sorry, Teminism. Very important. Here Teminism first discovered by Temin in the retrovirus, never adenovirus. Be careful this statement. Adenovirus means so DNA viruses are called adenoviruses. RNA viruses are called retroviruses. In the retroviruses, so mechanism of Teminism first noticed by Temin. Hence it is also called Teminism. So the equation form of Teminism, important, already number of times appeared question in NEET exams and KCET exams. Yeah, DNA to mRNA, mRNA to proteins, and DNA to DNA. One circle for DNA to DNA. So DNA to DNA is called replication. This is referred as A. And DNA to mRNA is called transcription. This is referred as B statement. And mRNA to proteins referred as translation. This is C statement. And from mRNA to DNA is the reverse transcription. This is referred as D statement. Very important. So A is the replication, B is the transcription, C is the translation, and D is the reverse transcription, or also called Teminism. This condition is called heterocatalytic function of DNA. Are the two important functions of DNA, like autocatalytic function and heterocatalytic function. Then next to the DNA nucleic acid, second type of one more nucleic acid is the RNA. Full form is the ribose nucleic acid. Yeah, simple meaning of definition of RNA is it is a polymer of RNA nucleotides. DNA meaning it is the polymer of DNA nucleotides. Like that, RNA is the polymer of RNA nucleotides. Very important. It is frequently present in RNA, frequently present in both nucleus and cytoplasm of cell. But you should remember one more statement regarding about DNA. DNA frequently present inside the nucleus and some two cell organelles like chloroplast and mitochondria. So, except chloroplast or mitochondria, no more location of DNA within the cytoplasm. But RNA frequently present in both nucleus and cytoplasm of cell. This is due to, see, after synthesis of RNA, different types of RNA like rRNA, mRNA, or tRNA, inside the nucleus of DNA immediately migrates to the cytoplasm of cell, transferred to the cytoplasm of cell, then takes part in biochemical reactions, metabolic reactions. One type of metabolic reaction is the protein synthesis. That's why RNA located in both nucleus and cytoplasm of cell. And structurally, RNA is the single-stranded polynucleotide chain. Very important. Generally, RNA is the single-stranded nucleic acid, single-stranded polynucleotide chain. It is always synthesized from 5' to 3' direction. Be remember this statement in clearly. Because out of 2 strands of DNA, only one of the strand is involved in transcription of RNA. Whether it may be mRNA or rRNA or tRNA, only one of the strand of the DNA takes part in transcription of mRNA. See, such involved DNA strand is the antisense strand or non-coding strand. Its direction is 3' to 5'. Never two DNA strands takes part in formation of mRNA. Suppose if the two strands involved in transcription of RNA, thereafter RNA containing two strands, two polynucleotide chains. Such two polynucleotide chains containing RNA, never attracts or never receives tRNA carrying amino acids. Then no protein synthesis. That is the problem of the metabolic process. That is biosynthesis of proteins. That's why no participation of, no involvement of two strands of DNA during protein synthesis or during transcription. Only one of the DNA strand, its orientation is 3' to direction, so 3' to 4' direction. Takes part in formation of mRNA or rRNA or tRNA. Its direction is 5' to 3'. So, structurally, RNA is the single-stranded polynucleotide chain made up of RNA nucleotides. Very important, except in reovirus. Common cold virus is the reovirus. It causes common cold disorder. Common cold disorder is the viral disorder. Retrovirus disorder. Virus name is the reovirus. Be listening to this statement. Never retrovirus, reovirus. Because tobacco mosaic virus also one type of retrovirus. Tobacco mosaic virus. HIV is also one type of retrovirus. So, in the reovirus, RNA is the double-stranded nucleic acid, dsRNA. So, except in reovirus, in all viruses, RNA is the single-stranded nucleic acid. Due to absence of very important complementary strand. That is nothing but opposite strand. Opposite strand is absent in RNA. So that, one more information, never applicable to Chargaff's rule or base equivalence rule. In RNA, amount of purines, important in equation form, are not equal to the amount of pyrimidines. Listen here. In RNA nucleic acid, total amount of purines are not equal to total amount of pyrimidines. That is, A, G not equal to the C or U. Here, adenine and guanine are the purines. Cytosine and uracil are the pyrimidines. So, in RNA nucleic acid, total amount of purines are not equal to total amount of pyrimidines. That means it does not applicable to Chargaff's rule due to lack of complementary strand, or it is only made up of a single-stranded polynucleotide chain. Very important. See, such a single-stranded polynucleotide chain of RNA made up of 3 organic compounds equal to the DNA, RNA nucleic acid, is also made up of three chemical substances, three organic compounds like nitrogen bases, pentose sugar and phosphate group. Nitrogen bases, pentose sugar and phosphate group are the three organic compounds of or chemical composition of RNA, similar to DNA. See, the nitrogen bases of RNA are adenine and guanine are the purine bases, are the purine nitrogen bases, and cytosine and uracil are the pyrimidine bases. Pyrimidine bases. Be remember this statement. In DNA, adenine and guanine are the purine bases. Cytosine and thymine are the pyrimidine bases. You should remember this statement. In RNA, adenine and guanine are the purine bases. Cytosine and uracil are the pyrimidine bases. So, in place of thymine of the DNA, RNA containing uracil. In place of uracil, DNA containing thymine. Means only differing pyrimidine bases. In pyrimidine bases, so one of the pyrimidine base, never both pyrimidine base, one of the pyrimidine base, that is cytosine, uracil in RNA, thymine in DNA. Listen here. For this reason, first this statement, very important, either of the nucleic acid, that is DNA or RNA, containing 4 nitrogen bases. Even though total number of nitrogen bases are 5, total number of nitrogen bases are 5, that is 2 nitrogen bases are the pyrimidines and 2 nitrogen bases are the purines. So 3 nitrogen bases are the pyrimidines. Adenine and guanine are the purines. So cytosine, thymine and uracil are the pyrimidines. Totally 5 in number. 5 nitrogen bases are there. 2 purines, so 3 pyrimidines. But out of 5 nitrogen bases, so each and every nucleic acid having 4 nitrogen bases, because one of the pyrimidine base is absent in either of the nucleic acid. You should remember. That is uracil absent in DNA, thymine absent in RNA. That's why each and every nucleic acid containing 4 nitrogen bases. And in the RNA, among 5 nitrogen bases, so see the base pairing is AUGC. Adenine pairs with uracil by 2 hydrogen bonds and guanine pairs with cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. In DNA, base pairing is complementary base pairing is ATGC. Means in place of thymine, RNA containing uracil. So complementary base pairing of RNA is the AUGC. For example, already in last 2 minutes back, I was told to you, if the RNA containing first triplet codon AUG, if the first, mRNA containing first triplet codon AUG, then the first tRNA carrying UAC on T codon. Opposite to the codon of mRNA, tRNA is the anti-codon. Here, base pairing of AUG codon, anti-codon is the UAC. Now, this is called complementary base pairing of RNA. You should remember this statement. Minimum one question will appear in the KCET exams or NEET exams. In the last KCET exam, this pattern of question was asked for molecular basis of any topic. So, the complementary base pairing of RNA is the AUGC. Opposite to A, U. Opposite to U, A. Opposite to G, C. This is called complementary base pairing. So, in the chemical composition of RNA, nitrogen bases of RNA are the parents and pyrimidines. Here, parent bases of RNA, adenine and guanine, and pyrimidine bases of RNA, cytosine and uracil. You should remember this statement, never thymine. Next compound is the pentose sugar. Important for one more question. The pentose sugar present in RNA is the ribose sugar. Ribose sugar. Never deoxyribose sugar. Ribose sugar. Its molecular formula, empirical formula is the C5H10O5. C5H10O5. In which 4 carbon atoms fuse to form adenine. First carbon atom OH and H. Second carbon atom HOOH. This is very important group in ribose sugar. In pentose sugar of RNA. So, the second carbon atom of pentose sugar of RNA containing oxygen group. Second carbon atom of pentose sugar in RNA containing oxygen. That's why it is called ribose sugar. If in case absent or the second carbon atom, what absent? Oxygen. That is called D-absent. Oxygen. Deoxyribose sugar. So, the second carbon atom of pentose sugar of RNA having oxygen group, OH group, and third carbon atom HOOH. Fourth carbon atom HO and CH2OH. So, here the fifth carbon atom present outside the ring and containing hydroxyl group. You should remember. So, in the pentose sugar, in the 5 carbon atoms containing sugar is called pentose sugar. That is one type of classification of carbohydrates. In carbohydrates classification list of monosaccharide group, monosaccharide, trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, heptoses, etc. Already you have studied in first year PC topic in the lesson of biomolecules, especially in the carbohydrates classification list. So, ribose sugar, deoxyribose sugar, very important. Even though they are having 5 carbon atoms, they belongs to the monosaccharides. Monosaccharides, never oligosaccharides or polysaccharides group. So, here the 4 carbon atoms fused to form on ring and 5th carbon atom present outside the ring in the form of CH2OH. That is the structural formula for ribose sugar. That is the pentose sugar of the RNA. That's why very important. The empirical formula of the ribose sugar is C5H10O5. It can clearly applicable to CN, H2N, ON formula of carbohydrates. The ratio of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in the carbohydrates 1:2:1. 1:2:1 except deoxyribose sugar, DNA sugar. Here DNA sugar never applicable to formula of ratio list of carbohydrates. So, the empirical formula of pentose sugar or ribose sugar in RNA is the C5H10O5. Very important. See, out of this structure of ribose sugar, very important. The the OH group, 2 dash OH group of ribose sugar. Most very important for competitive exams. 2 dash hydroxyl group of ribose sugar can easily reactive, can easily degradable. Hence, RNA nucleic acid is less stable compared to the DNA. RNA is unstable, less stable compared to the DNA because of 2 dash OH group present at the second carbon atom of pentose sugar. This OH group can easily reactive, easily degradable. This is the major reason. Number of minor reasons are there, but major reason is the OH group, 2 dash OH group of ribose sugar in RNA can easily degradable. This is the major reason for instability or less stable of RNA compared to the DNA. That is the second organic compound called pentose sugar. And last one is the phosphate group. So, here the phosphate group present in RNA is the orthophosphoric acid. Phosphate group present in RNA is orthophosphoric acid. Its empirical formula is the H3PO4 orthophosphoric acid. Here central phosphate and 3 hydroxyl groups, double bond with 1 oxygen atom. Now, this is the orthophosphoric acid structural formula of the phosphate group present in RNA. Very important. See, the phosphate group present in RNA is the orthophosphoric acid. It is exactly similar to the DNA phosphate group. So, in DNA also, phosphate group is the orthophosphoric acid. So, out of 3 chemicals, first one is the nitrogen bases, second one is the pentose sugar, last one is the phosphate group. Very important. In between RNA and DNA, or DNA and RNA, only 2 organic compounds are different. Only 2 organic compounds differ from the DNA or RNA. For example, nitrogen bases, so pentose sugar differ from DNA to mRNA because orthophosphoric acid. Phosphate group is common in both nucleic acids. So, the major difference between DNA and RNA based on chemical composition is nitrogen bases and pentose sugar. No chance of phosphate group or orthophosphoric acid. Very important because it is common in DNA and RNA. And in both nucleic acids, so it is responsible for maintenance of acidic nature of nucleic acid. You should remember. See, nucleic acids. So first discovered by Friedrich Miescher in the first cells of dead WBCs and named as nuclein. Initially, beginningly named as nuclein because they are present inside the nucleus. But after some period of time, the pH value of this nuclein chemical substance is less than 7 due to presence of a phosphate group, that is acidic group. So, this nuclein chemical substance is renamed as nucleic acid alternate. That's why the major function of phosphate group in the nucleic acids is it will provide acidic medium, acidic nature to the nucleic acids. That's why already I have told to you in the DNA package of helix, in the packing of DNA helix, very important. Histone proteins are the basic proteins. Histone proteins are of 5 different types like H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 are the 5 different types of histone proteins. But out of 5 different types of histone proteins, 4 histone proteins occurring in pairs, existing in pairs, that is H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 histone proteins existed in pairs, like a pair of H2A, a pair of H2B, a pair of H3, a pair of H4. Fused to form a ball-like structure that is called histooctomere. Histooctomere, in which, see, the basic or positively charged compounds of the histone proteins lies towards outer side, present towards outer side. See, these positively charged basic histone proteins present towards to the outer side attracts the negatively charged DNA. Attracts negatively charged DNA. As a result, the DNA wrapped around the histooctomere of, say, 1 of 3/4 term containing 200 nitrogen base pairs. Thereafter to form nucleosome. Nucleosome. So, nucleosome contain H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 proteins, but no H1 histone protein. Yeah, H1 histone protein present between, we remember this statement, in the linker DNA. In the LDNA, linker DNA means the DNA present between 2 adjacent nucleosomes is called linker DNA. It is made up of H1 histone protein. So, DNA is the negatively charged compound. Histone proteins or histooctomere is the positively charged compound. That is our introduction for the acidic nature of DNA or RNA. So, totally nucleic acids are acidic in nature due to presence of phosphate group or orthophosphoric acid. That is, 3 chemicals of RNA similar to DNA but little bit difference only from nitrogen bases and pentose sugar. In nitrogen bases, especially pyrimidine bases are different. One of the pyrimidine is different in RNA and DNA. In pentose sugar, monosaccharide, DNA, deoxyribose sugar, RNA, ribose sugar. But orthophosphoric acid or phosphate group is common in both nucleic acids. So, based on chemical composition, the difference between DNA and RNA is the nitrogen bases and pentose sugar. So, this is the chemical composition of RNA. But here, the nitrogen bases combines with the pentose sugar to form a nucleoside. Similar to DNA, nitrogen bases combines with pentose sugar to form nucleoside. Very important. But during formation of nucleoside, either in DNA or RNA, very important. If the nitrogen base is purine base, either adenine or guanine, nitrogen base is purine base. Very important to establish glycosidic bond between first carbon atom of pentose sugar and 9th carbon atom of purine base. You should remember this statement in clear. Say, during formation of nucleoside, if the nitrogen base is purine base, to establish a glycosidic bond. Yeah, direction of a glycosidic bond is 1 to 9. First to ninth position of a glycosidic bond. If the nitrogen base is purine base. While if the nitrogen base is pyrimidine base, that is either cytosine or uracil, then glycosidic bond is 1 to 1 dash. Because here glycosidic bond is established between first carbon atom of pyrimidine base and first carbon atom of pentose sugar. You should remember this statement. So 1 to 1 dash glycosidic linkage present between pentose sugar and pyrimidine base. 1 to 9 dash glycosidic bond present between pentose sugar and pyrimidine base. So the combination of nitrogen base and pentose sugar is called nucleoside. Important. Here RNA containing 4 nucleosides due to presence of 4 nitrogen bases. That is adenosine. 2 more question important. Write the nucleosides of DNA. Write the nucleosides of RNA. Nucleotides of DNA. Nucleotides of RNA. 2 more question important. You won't be confused because here nucleosides of RNA or nucleotides of RNA never begins with the suffix deoxy. You should remember that is the major one crude point for the identification of RNA nucleosides and DNA nucleosides, RNA nucleotides and DNA nucleotides. That is one simple example. DNA nucleotides are deoxyadenosine, deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxycytidine, and deoxythymidine. Other DNA nucleotides, because here the pentose sugar is the deoxyribose sugar. But in RNA, pentose sugar is the ribose sugar. Due to presence of ribose sugar, each and every nucleoside or nucleotide of RNA never begins suffix deoxy. Directly written as adenosine. Here deoxy is absent. And next one is the next nucleoside is the guanosine. Cytidine and uridine. Important. So RNA nucleosides are adenosine, guanosine, cytidine and uridine. Here the components of adenosine are, one more question important, adenine plus ribose sugar equals to adenosine. See the structural formula like this. Now this is adenine. Adenine binds to the first carbon atom of pentose sugar through glycosidic bond. 1 dash 9 dash glycosidic bond. Yeah. Second carbon atom OH group. Now this is called adenosine, one type of nucleoside. Next one is the guanosine. Nitrogen base is the guanosine. Next one is the cytidine, that is pyrimidine base. Here glycosidic bond linkage is 1 to 1 dash. And next one is the uridine, pentose sugar plus uridine nitrogen base. See, are the 4 nucleosides of RNA. So here the components of adenosine are adenine and ribose sugar, components of guanosine, guanine and ribose sugar, components of cytidine, cytosine plus ribose sugar, and components of uridine, uracil plus ribose sugar. are the four nucleosides of RNA. Each and every nucleoside combines with another organic compound, last organic compound. That means, say, in flow chart, this is nucleoside. Combination of a nitrogen base and pentose sugar is the nucleoside. And combination of nucleoside with the phosphate group is called nucleotide. That is one simple identification mark of flow chart. So, the nucleoside combines with the phosphate group to form nucleotide. Important, RNA containing 4 nucleotides. Nucleoside plus phosphate group equals to nucleotide. Or combination of nitrogen base, pentose sugar and phosphate group equals to nucleotide. So, your RNA containing 4 different types of nucleotides. Very important. That is adenosine monophosphate. Adenosine monophosphate, abbreviated as AMP. Never DAMP. DAMP is the DNA nucleotide. AMP is the RNA nucleotide. Are also called adenyllic acid. Adenyllic acid. Never D say adenyllic acid. Shortly adenyllic acid. And next one is the guanosine monophosphate. Guanosine monophosphate, also called GMP. Guanosine monophosphate. Or guanyllic acid. GUANYLIC. Guanyllic acid. Next one is the cytidine monophosphate. Cytidine monophosphate, CMP, are also called cytidyllic acid, CYTIDYLIC, cytidyllic acid. And last one is the uridine monophosphate. Uridine monophosphate, UMP, are also called uridylic acid, UIDYLIC, uridylic acid. Important are the 4 different types of RNA nucleotides. So, the composition of adenyllic acid, very important. Adenine, ribosugar and phosphate group. Components of guanyllic acid, guanine, ribosugar and phosphate group. Components of cytidine monophosphate, cytosine and ribosugar phosphate group. And composition of uridine monophosphate and adenyllic acid, uracil, ribosugar and phosphate group. Are the 4 different types of nucleotides of RNA. Simple example. Now this is one AMP, adenosine monophosphate. This is GMP, nitrogen base is guanine, phosphate group. And this is CMP, nitrogen base is the cytosine. And last one is the UMP, nitrogen base is uracil and phosphate group. So here, during formation of each and every nucleotide, the phosphate group binds to 5th carbon atom of pentose sugar through phosphoester bond. So, each and every nucleotide containing phosphoester bond, no phosphodiester bond. You should remember. during transcription of RNA from the DNA. Each and every nucleotide, RNA nucleotide, binds to another nucleotide through phosphodiester bond. Phosphodiester bond from 5' to 3'. Now this is phosphodiester bond, 5' to 3'. Important. As a result to form a polynucleotide chain, such polynucleotide chain is named as RNA, because RNA is the polymer of RNA nucleotides. So number of RNA nucleotides like AMP, GMP, CMP, UMP undergo polymerization through phosphodiester bond, very important, by the help of RNA polymerase enzyme. Bear remember this statement. Otherwise called transcriptase enzyme. Transcriptase enzyme, RNA polymerase enzyme involved in establishment of phosphodiester bond in between RNA nucleotides as a result to synthesize a single stranded nucleic acid, that is called RNA. There are the 4 different types of RNA nucleotides. Until here is the chemical composition of RNA. And very important, nucleosides of RNA and nucleotides of RNA. In next class, I will begin the types of RNA on the basis of function and chemical composition. So, I will be continuing next class.